Hey, we are back. Did you miss us? Yo, did you see that NFL quarterback tier list? Did you?
Yes, I did. I have some opinions.
Want to tease him?
Matthew Stafford is not elite.
Is that really a tease, though? Yo, stay tuned. So,
Mahomes is battling ghosts. He's top of the mountain right now. He doesn't need to be included in any of these discussions.
We just found out that we recorded and audio wasn't going through. And therefore, we're not going to go through all this. So we're just going to re-summarize what we said about Tier 1. Tier 1 is this. Say it again.
Mahomes top of the mountain, elite. He's battling ghosts right now. He's not even competing with the NFL.
Who are the ghosts?
He's battling with the Tom Bradys of the world, the Joe Montanas of the world. He's battling with Tom Brady, really, is what he's battling with.
Let me ask this. If he retired right now, top 5?
Mahomes?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially depending on when you were born.
Regardless of all time, is he on the Mount Rushmore of NFL quarterbacks?
Right now, you'd have to have a Brady, a Montana.
Okay.
Mahomes. Who else would you put in there? What's his face from the Steelers?
Not Terry Bradshaw.
How many Super Bowls did he win? Didn't he win multiple Super Bowls?
He won multiple.
He's a multiple Super Bowl winner.
But that was a different league. And I'm a Steelers fan. That was a different league.
You know what? Just because the game was played differently, where maybe running was emphasized more than passing, the game has been the game.
Okay. Now, one thing I do want to kind of say that I'm just going to reiterate for the folks here. We agreed, and I'm going to say this take again. Elite is elite. Mahomes is in a tier by himself and everything like that. But I'm tired of tier 1s having 5 people in it, 6 people in it, 10 people in it. Elite is elite. And you know how many people should be in tier 1? 3 people. In the Olympics, is there a 4th place medal? Is there a 5th place medal?
Listen, we barely remember who finishes 2nd and 3rd. Barely remember.
Barely. So you're telling me that we need to, listen, not taking away from the other quarterbacks, but tier 1 should be 3 quarterbacks. So we agreed earlier, tier 0 is Mahomes. Okay? Tier 1, I went with Josh Allen, Lamar, and Stafford. You went with
who?
Not in any order. I'm not doing this in any order. Lamar, Allen, Stafford.
I'm going Burrow, Allen, Jackson.
Okay. My reason that I don't have Burrow, because again, we're just rehashing this because we realized we recorded and it didn't keep. Just bring it back. So Burrow hasn't been in the playoffs for 3 years. I can't have a tier 1 quarterback who hasn't even seen the playoffs. And listen, I get it. The defense is bad. But as I was saying, they think they can afford to lose the first 2 games of the season. They would have made the playoffs if they beat the Patriots week 1. Why didn't they beat the Patriots week 1? Because they didn't play nothing. They've been rusty. You can't, again, and this is just another hot take that I had. We didn't mention this in the other video. I'm going to say this right now. The NFL wants to add another game. It should be a divisional game because divisional games matter more than a regular season game. A loss in a divisional game is like 2 losses on your record. Okay? So, right now there is 6 games in the division. If you want to add an additional game, add a bye week, first of all. Give the bodies a chance to rest. 7 divisional games. 2 in the beginning, 2 at the last 2 of the season, 3 scattered throughout the middle of the season. Okay?
I actually like how they've sprinkled out the divisional games. Before it used to just be you played all your divisional games in the beginning of the season.
No. Too much playoff rankings is a result of this.
Yeah.
So therefore, them actually pushing it towards the end, putting 2 at the end. If your last 2 weeks of the year are always divisional, it's wonderful. Chef's kiss, because you're watching that game like you can't afford to lose. I don't know if you remember this. This was like 7 years ago. I think the Eagles were playing the Commanders in week 18, or the last week of the season. If the Eagles win, the Cowboys make the playoffs. If the Commanders win, the Cowboys are out. The Eagles sat their starters. They started the game first quarter, then took them all out for the rest of the game, and it was all the backups. Commanders won, Cowboys were out. It was that level of pettiness is only interdivision. Only interdivision. So yes, I am a full stand of that. All right, now, so with that being said, Burrow losing the first two games, them having, I think their record is literally 1-11 for their first two games for the past 6 years. And you want that to be a tier 1 quarterback?
Listen, he's up there purely based on, he's up there because of his early accomplishments.
Of that 1 year.
Of that 1 year, absolutely. Rookie quarterback coming in the league.
Well then, okay. No, because then Daniels should be high. No, Daniels is pretty high. Okay, hold on. Let me see who has a good 1 year accomplishment. And I'm like, we can't give that man no love.
See, when we get to tier 2, that's where
Trevor Lawrence.
He had a good year? Has he had a good year?
He won a playoff game.
He didn't have a good year to the extent and degree that Burrow's year was.
Okay, fine. Let me ask you this one. Career-wise, who's had a better career? Brock Purdy or Joe Burrow?
Brock Purdy probably has more wins than Joe Burrow, so I would say Brock Purdy has. Even they've both been to a
He has
Super
more
Bowl.
playoff wins and everything.
This is going to be the year for Brock Purdy. This is a show and prove year. There are a few quarterbacks.
He's already paid. He's already paid. There's no proof. You got nothing to prove. You already paid.
He has something to prove because he doesn't have the same quality and amount of offensive weapons that he's been used to in the past.
Fair enough.
So now it's, are you the quarterback that we just paid very handsomely and should take us into the future? Or did we make a mistake?
All right. Before we move into tier 2, we're about to move into tier 2 now. I want to give you a fun stat. I saw this today. Derek Carr is the first and only quarterback to have over 40,000 passing yards and 0 playoff wins.
Oh, wow. 40,000 yards and no. Where did he play?
The year he was about to be on
Texans.
the MVP. No, he didn't play the Texans. That was his brother. He only played Raiders and the Saints. The year he was about to become MVP, he snapped his leg. They made the playoffs, but he didn't play that playoff game. And no playoff wins. If you take away that 1 year for Joe Burrow is looking like he's on that same path. I'm not saying Joe Burrow is Derek Carr. I'm just saying you got all these numbers and no playoff wins except for that 1 year. It's kind of looking a little sus. All right, but anyway. So for me, like we said earlier, and do you agree with me? Tier 1 should be only 3.
No, I agree. Hands down. This so 5 quarterbacks business.
I believe any sport, any position, anything should be 3. Basketball, centers, elite, 3. You should not be having 4 or 5. I know there's more quarterbacks and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Elite is elite. If everyone's elite, then no one's elite. What is this participation trophy type BS that we promoting out here? All right, so we're going to go to tier 2. Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, and Brock Purdy. What's your complaint? What's your complaint?
Daniels, after 1 good year, number 6?
I do have, and mind you, I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. If you remember this video from last year, I swore up and down on Jaden Daniels. I love Jaden Daniels. He is too high. Him and Justin Herbert, too damn high.
Herbert has
high.
all the tools, but hasn't enjoyed the team success that we would expect.
I understand you want to put them in tier 2 because I see who's tier 3, and I would rather them over anyone in tier 3. But the ranking number of it, because this is also a ranked number, Jaden Daniels and Justin Herbert should not be 6 and 7. As much as I don't really like Jared Goff to that extent, I believe Jared Goff should be 6. Out of everyone listed here, Jared Goff 6. Jared Goff to me is the best tier 2 listed here. Well, it would be Matthew Stafford, No, it would be Joe Burrow on my ranking if we had to take him out of the tier 1. He'd be king of the tier 2s. But based off of this list here, Jared Goff I have is the best tier 2 quarterback. out of those names listed?
Because he's the winningest in the group? Has he enjoyed the most success in the group?
No, not even the most success has been Jalen Hurts, but we know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy, I believe, are the same thing. Great surrounding cast. Because what happened when they told Jalen Hurts to throw the ball? Interceptions. Now in the Super Bowl, he ended up winning the game. Good job. But you can't do it for a whole season, my guy. Unless you can, then I'll be wrong.
Jalen Hurts, we're not going to... Whatever our opinions about him they're going to be solidified over the next few years as the Eagles are not able to keep that team together. So
Agreed.
as they start to, as other teams start poaching their players, offering contracts and having these people walk away.
Show me what you got.
Correct. We're then going to see, okay, hey, most quarterbacks don't get to enjoy this type of weaponry until later in the career. You started off that way. Now you got to carry it along. Dak Prescott, number 12.
You think he's the best at tier 2?
I'm with you that Jared Goff is the best here. Everyone else has flashes, but they just haven't been able. Even Goff, it took him a while to get to this consistent level that we've been seeing him play at.
Now, I will say this with a caveat. I do think Goff is going to take a step back this year. Losing Ben Johnson is a really big loss. So, I do believe that. But looking at this, I would have it Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, Baker Mayfield. I really struggle with Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, and Jordan Love. Like, those names hurt me to really put them in tier 2. Not to say they don't deserve it, because they show ultimate flashes of being deserved in that rank. But Baker Mayfield, I don't know. Like, he's tier 2. I don't know if he's the top half of tier 2. Because again, we want to talk about weapons. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. That's pretty good. That's really good 1 and 2 punch for wide receivers.
It is, and especially when you give consideration to the fact that Tom Brady was just there in one with that same exact group of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a knock. And I'll be honest with you, I was looking at this group. Mayfield should be a little higher. How much higher, I'm not sure. He shouldn't be ahead of Goff. He should be ahead of CJ Stroud, I think.
Okay, Baker Mayfield or Dak Prescott?
Don't kill me here. I'm going with Mayfield. I feel like he's a bit tougher. He deals with adversity a bit
better
than the Prescott, if that makes sense.
But to be fair to Prescott, he does deal with adversity a lot in the names of Jerry Jones.
Granted, you got that. No, listen, it's a really difficult thing to be a Dallas Cowboy player because you're going to go through something with Jerry Jones that you really don't need to.
Even though this is tier 2, let me put it this way, right? To me, I see groups in tier 2. Okay? Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud are all in one group for me. Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, I would put, even though I don't like Jalen Hurts, I don't believe in Jalen Hurts that much, I would put the top tier of tier 2, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy. The second tier 2.
That makes sense. That makes sense for the top half of it.
And then for the next tier, Daniels,
Herbert.
I don't have Herbert in the same tier with Daniels. Daniels won more playoff games than Herbert, and he's only been here for 1 year. Daniels, Love. I already named Purdy. Daniels and Love is the next group. Then Herbert. I think Herbert's at the end. I think I really have Herbert at the end of tier 2. So Herbert should not be that high on tier 2, pretty much is what I'm saying. Herbert if he has a bad year this year, is he tier 3?
At the end of this, we'll go over this. I think there are a number of quarterbacks that have to put their foot down and...
Exactly. So to me, if you're like teetering, like next, I don't care what your measurables are or what you should accomplish. Like, okay, this is the Steelers in me. Everyone's talking about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a great defender. very worthy of being Defensive Player of the Year. Everyone's saying Myles Garrett is way better than TJ Watt. I'm like, why? Because of the expected sacks that he should have. And I'm like, okay, cool. How many sacks does he actually have? Oh, but no, it's because he's getting double teamed. Well, TJ Watt's getting double teamed too, and he gets more. So why are we talking about what he should be doing versus what he actually does?
Agreed.
So again, for Justin Herbert, I don't care what he should be doing because he ain't actually doing it. Y'all make me sound like a pastor in here trying to make it seem like this man gonna burn in hell.
Listen, he got better coaching now. I expect if he is who they think he is, the Chargers should be at a bare minimum more consistent moving forward.
Agreed. But if he has one more bad year, you cannot put him in tier 2. I'm sorry. We're running out of excuses for the man.
Well, don't worry. We're going to have some space freed up in tier 3.
Okay. Let me end it with this. Who next year would you not be surprised to move from tier 2 to tier 1?
It has to be Daniels because he's the most unknown and he has to prove something in the second year.
Okay.
He has to prove that, hey, it wasn't a fluke because now they've got tape on him now.
Yes.
Now they have tape on him, so let's see what he comes out and does second year. And if he has a season that mirrors or is even slightly better, then he just solidified that,
tier
I
1.
belong here. And
agreed. And who do you have in tier 2 that should go down to that might go down to tier 3?
This is going to sound crazy, but we're going to have to see how Purdy performs this year.
Really? Over Herbert?
I think Herbert right now because of what's his face? Who's the coach there?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh is bringing some stability. He's treating the Chargers like a college team. He wants to come in and run the ball a lot and take some of that pressure off to Herbert. So he should lean into that and, hey, recognize you have a coach that's going to run the ball. You just need to do your part now. There's not so much pressure on you to carry the team.
But that's why I hold against Jalen Hurts, though. So you telling me he's another Jalen Hurts?
He doesn't have the same weapons that Hurts have. It's just that
hands down. I will say this: when it comes to receivers, this man.
I mean, come on.
Listen, if Quentin Johnson is your number 1 receiver, this man said, "My mama don't gotta work no more. Your mama back in Save a Lot, my G. She's working cashier right now." All right. So for me, Jaden Daniels is the one I could see going up into tier 1. Herbert is the one I see going that could potentially fall out of tier 2 and down to tier 3. All right, and we're gonna do this for every tier, so just get ready for that. Tier 3. What's your hot take?
They got it right mostly.
Really? You think so?
See, for example, Jalen Daniels and Bo Nix, because they both have only had 1 year under their belt.
Wait, who in Bo Nix? You said Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels.
Jaden Daniels is tier 2.
I know.
Oh, okay. So wait, what?
Because they both have only 1 year of experience under their belt, I would prefer to see what they do in year 2 before kind of solidifying them. So I'm okay with where they are now, but I'd almost put a little asterisk as, hey, only 1 year performing here. Everyone, the majority of the list has multiple years.
I want to take that same asterisk and put it on the person he's tied with, Sam Darnold.
Oh, so I think Sam Darnold's a little too high on this list. He had 1 great year last year, and look at the team he did it with.
Okay, so to just quick parentheses on this one, here's a question for you: Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson? Who do you think is better? And as you think about it, let me get my answer.
Jefferson has done it with multiple quarterbacks. He
Exactly.
hasn't been playing with the same quarterback he was playing in college.
Exactly. So I believe Justin Jefferson is better than Jamar Chase. Not taking anything from Jamar Chase. If we were to do, again, another tier list from wide receivers, which, could be a video, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, but I'm going to have Justin Jefferson up higher just because I saw what you did with Kirk Cousins. I saw what you did with Sam Darnold.
You've done it under different circumstances.
You're showing me you're DeAndre Hopkins, where it don't matter who my quarterback is, I'm a ball. And therefore, for that reason, to me, that's a knock. It knocks their quarterback down a bit. Because I'm like, you better do this with that quarterback. With that wide receiver.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I am not the greatest quarterback, but you put me on the team with Megatron and Justin Jefferson, I'm going for 4,000 yards minimum. I don't gotta do much. A hike, just gotta wait for 5 seconds and He down there somewhere. He down there somewhere. Touchdown. Why Jay got 60 touchdowns over the year? He came out of nowhere. Where did this quarterback come from? Anyway, so
the quarterback on the third tier there that I'm the most proud of is Geno Smith for still being in the NFL. Still being in the NFL.
Okay. The quarterback that I have in the third tier that I'm surprised is in the third tier, other than Sam Darnold.
Hold on, you think he should be higher or lower?
Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Lower.
Okay.
No. We agreed on that one. Kirk Cousins. I don't care if last year was an injury. Last year was hard to watch. It was brutal. Kirk Cousins should not be in tier 3.
I had that thought. However, if you had to take one person from tier 4, swap them out with someone from tier 4.
I would rather, if you told me I'm a GM right now and I could have Kirk Cousins, I'd rather have, as much as I hate to say this, I'd still rather Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins right now. And I didn't even like Russell last year. I'd rather have Justin Fields.
What?
I'd rather have Justin Fields than Kirk Cousins right now.
Okay, no, now you're doing this performance.
No.
This is performance,
Listen,
right?
sneak peek. I think the Jets are going to win the AFC East. Yes. Yo, I swears. Yo, okay. So Russell Wilson, barely. They're tied. So them being close in ranking, I have no problem with. Justin Fields over them. I would have... And honestly, I don't need to replace you with somebody. You just deserve to be down there. All right? You're not that good. So pretty much, I guess that's a sneak peek in my tier 4. I believe Justin Fields should be in tier 3. Because Justin Fields didn't do anything to lose his job last year, and I was down that hill.
I think Justin Fields, this is the year that we learn whether or not he can perform in the NFL. The Jets, and I'm teasing you, I don't think they're necessarily going to win the division, but I think the Jets are built to be competitive now almost. They're wasting the best years of Breece Hall. They have Garrett Wilson. Mm-hmm. They've always had something of a defense.
Always.
And so I think if they use the right playbook, if they don't put him in situations where he needs to come out and throw the ball 30, 40 times per game, if they sprinkle in some runs, take advantage of his athleticism, put him in a system similar to Tua. Get the ball out quick. Either get the ball out quick or take off with it. Those are your two options.
Well, you don't tell Tua to take off with it because man got concussion issues. All right. Anyone else in tier 3 you want to talk about real quick before we decide who can move up at the end of the year and who can move down?
Tua might end up moving down based on the shit show that's going on in Miami right now.
Okay, so first off, I'm going to take Kirk Cousins out of tier 3. So I'm not going to talk about Kirk Cousins going down. I do like your Tua take on him going down to tier 4 maybe. My answer, since you took Tua, I guess I can't. I agree with you. I won't agree with you on that. I can't take it. I can't say it. I would say Geno Smith, but I know he doesn't have enough weapons. Genty and Brock Bowers is not enough of a weapon. So I don't want to hold that one against him. The same way I believe a quarterback can make a ding on a wide receiver. I can't believe you're as good as you are because you have that one. I also can't see who you really are because you got no one to throw it to. It's kind of the same reason I don't want to touch Drake May. Drake May did really good for a person who had no one to throw the ball to. Like, very, very well. Since you take Tua, I guess I might have to say Rodgers.
You see him dropping?
I could see him dropping. Because I can't...
Really?
Okay, so going through the list, I believe Bryce Young's going to be better. I pray Caleb is going to be better. Or at least the same. Drake May, same or better. Darnold, I would say... You know what? No. Going down, Darnold's my answer.
You know what my memory of him is? When he played the Patriots and they caught him on camera talking about, I'm seeing ghosts. Like, wait a minute, what? Okay, we saw what he was able to accomplish when he had a total team around him, and salute to him for being able to do that, to at least show and prove that, hey, I could give me the right weapons and I can make this work.
First off, any quarterback with those weapons can make it work.
Salute to him for making it work and showing that, I should still keep getting a paycheck.
Okay, all right, and who do you see? I'm gonna go right back to that point, but just so for the next, to move to the next tier, who do you see potentially moving up? For me, okay, not answering. I really think I'm tied between Kyler Murray and Bryce Young.
Moving up?
Yeah.
Why would Kyler Murray start moving up now?
Wasn't last year the first year he came back after the injury?
I believe so. Listen, he's undersized. He's
very undersized and everything like that.
They do not have a franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray. Okay, let's just tell the truth. They can be competitive. He's fun to watch the little mouse run around the field and throw the ball really hard. They do not have a franchise quarterback.
Okay. This is another sneak peek because I was taking a look at how things are going to finish. Matthew Stafford with the back issue. I don't think the Rams are making the playoffs.
That's why I think Rams should trade for Shedeur Sanders.
Good take.
Send him to the quarterback whisperer.
But it's too late now to trade quarterbacks to start. Like, they did it with Baker, and he did pretty good, but you can't be doing that a lot. Not to a rookie quarterback at that. Like, this man needs some sort of consistency. All right. The 49ers, they're not going to be as dominant as they always has been.
True.
Seahawks, I don't believe in Sam Darnold. I'm looking at the camera. I do not believe in Sam Darnold. The Cardinals could really be, and I know I did this last year, and maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. The Cardinals could really be a playoff team. And in the playoffs, yes, he's undersized, with that little toddler running around the field.
That's what he looks like. That's a good old man.
Yo, listen. For some reason, people will have a hard time catching him once he decides to run. Choppy ass feet. I hope it's Bryce Young, though. I really do hope it's Bryce Young. That moves up to tier 2. So, like, remember how I said fall out of tier 2 to fall down? Justin Herbert. I could see Justin Herbert and Bryce Young swapping. Pretty much that's the question I'm asking.
Who are Bryce Young's weapons right now?
They got
who's the coach?
T-Mac. The coach is he's the same coach from last year, but he came from I think Seattle. But he has T-Mac, Ted McMillan, right? Rookie, supposed to be one of the best ones. He also has Xavier Legette, who's going to be a possession catcher, right? And the running backs are decent. The offense is not that bad. I think I don't want to say Bo Nix, just because I don't know how I feel about that offense.
This is going to be a big year for him. And what I've been reading is there's a lot of talk out there that's fearful that he might have one of those careers that Mac Jones had. When Mac Jones came into the league, he was described as the most NFL-ready quarterback. He could download and process a lot. And I called Bo Nix last year. He came out and performed decent.
You got that.
Let's see what he does in year 2 now. Year 2 is so important for so many of these quarterbacks. Daniels, Nix, Drake May, I'm talking to you. If we were giving out awards for off-season, he would have received an award.
No, for what?
He had a few great days during the offseason, which had the Patriots fans around here just losing their minds. And then he also had those days that had them awfully quiet and wondering, is this the guy?
All right, so that's my up and downs. Who's your up and downs? Because who do you say could fall out of tier 2 in? You said not Goff. Who did you say could fall out in tier 2?
Purdy.
Okay.
Because
who could Purdy swap with from tier 3?
I'm gonna let my bias shine here. Drake May. Drake May is gonna take the step. He's got Steph Diggs. The wide receivers are all now slotted for the New England Patriots where they're supposed to be.
And you got a good OC now.
We have a proven OC. I'm not gonna say he's good yet. I'm gonna say we have. When you're able to accomplish so much with Tom Brady and then you can't accomplish anything. Well, he had that miracle year with
Mac Jones.
Tim Tebow.
No, he didn't have to. I mean, they made the playoffs with Tim Tebow, But I believe in Tim Tebow. Listen, there's just some players that just don't practice well, but once the lights are on, something clicks.
Tim Tebow is someone you just want to go to war with because he's gonna rally everyone up and inspire everyone and keep everyone focused. So I get it.
So Drake May up to tier 2?
Up to the bottom half of tier 2, yes.
Okay. And who falls down? Because Darnold is definitely my answer. Kirk Cousins is my answer. I had a lot of people falling out of tier 2 and I tier 3, and I didn't know who to pick, but because I have Darnold, Cousins.
Oh, you know what's gonna fall out? Trevor Lawrence is gonna fall out of tier 3. I'm sick and tired of him. I'm done with Trevor Lawrence. I'm done. Yeah, he's had enough. Listen, the flowing hair and looking tall and good in the quarterback uniform, that can only take you so far. He's had. I'm not gonna say he's had elite weapons, but he's had some weapons. Calvin Ridley was down there. He had Christian Kirk.
Yes.
Was down there. ATN, the running back. Granted, he hasn't really turned.
He
into
hasn't done much last year. Cost me in fantasy.
I'm over Trevor Lawrence. They're gonna be officially rebuilding. Hold on, didn't he just sign?
He just signed a contract last year. Yes.
I'm over him. He might drop.
Damn, that's a crazy.
I've been quietly rooting. Oh, and truth be told, it's funny that I say that thinking now that they just added Travis Hunter, who's gonna play
wide receiver and DB.
We'll see it. We'll see.
He did it during the preseason.
Yeah, it's cute during the preseason. Okay, go run around on both sides of the ball. It's cute during the preseason.
All right. When ranking quarterbacks, it should just be top 20. Because from 20 to 32, it's really just bad. Really? Okay, let me phrase it this way. The only people that's ranked 20 to 32 who we believe can possibly move up are quarterbacks in their first 3 years.
I'll do you one better. We should probably almost even limit it to the top 15.
No, because you could have the top 15 and still be like, oh no, they could. Like, okay, right now, if we look at this list right now, top 15, someone out the top 15 that we could move up. We got Drake May, we got Bo Nix, we got Bryce Young, we got. So I want to say 20. Because at that point, if you're the 23rd best quarterback in the league, your job is not guaranteed. Ooh, that's a bar. Buying a rapid though.
Mixtape coming soon.
Yo, Jazzology. But like think about it. Unless you're young, because you're ranked that low because we don't have enough tape on you to know if you're really that high. But if you're a veteran, like Kirk Cousins, is there any chance that you believe he could be in the top 20 by the end of next year? You don't even have a starting job.
We know what Kirk Cousins is. Listen.
Russell Wilson. Is there any chance that he could be a top quarterback?
I'm amazed he's still collecting a paycheck from the NFL.
Very much so. Let's see. Who's another quarterback? Daniel Jones. No, but there's hope for Caleb Williams, which I don't really have that much hope for Caleb Williams. Anymore, to be honest. Anyway.
So listen, that's what we got for the 5 tiers. 5 tiers.
And so actually, I did want to ask you one last question, and put comments in the comment below. Elite tier 1 should be 3. Should there be a cap on tier 2? Should there be a cap on tier 2 and tier 3? Like if 3 in tier 1, then what? 6 in tier 2? And then that makes 9. And then 10 in tier 3.
There should be 7 in tier 2.
7 in tier 2?
Essentially make the top 10 quarterbacks.
Okay. And then 10 in tier 3 to bring it to 20.
Makes sense, yeah. And are we expanding on the 5th tier, or are we just wrapping it up with 4 tiers?
In 4 tiers is just everybody else. I'm not gonna go between tier 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, if you're not in the top 3 tiers, you're a stopgap.
As I'm looking at the 4th tier here, none of these teams are even realistically thinking playoff.
The Jets.
All these teams are hoping that, hey, let's get through the season. Let's see what we have here.
The Falcons.
The Falcons were built for Kirk Cousins to come in there and make them a playoff team or help get them over that hump. So would I be completely shocked if Cousins on the bench, Penix comes in and has a better outing than what Cousins did? I wouldn't be that shocked.
Yeah, and it could be really good.
All right, so who I got my eyes on this year? Caleb Williams, you got to show out. Bryce Young.
Sure.
Something's got to happen.
Yeah. It's either Bryce Young balls or he's gone. This is his last year.
Drake May, you got to take that second year step. Sam Darnold. You're a tier 3 quarterback.
Listen, I will apologize to Sam Darnold on video, and if I ever meet him on the airport, if he balls out this year. If Sam Darnold, because I'm pretty sure when he signed, DK Metcalf was still on the team. I don't think he knew that DK Metcalf was not going to be there.
Was he still on the team? I can't remember the timing.
Because I think DK Metcalf got traded mid-free agency. We'll take a look at the time, and I'll put in the comments if it's right. But if he balls out, by all means, yo, Sam Darnold, you're legit. I was wrong. That's why you're professional, and I'm just over here behind the mic.
What constitutes balling out? Making the playoffs?
No, because I don't think that division is going to be as good as it normally is.
Shouldn't that make it easier for him to potentially make the playoffs?
Yeah, but just making the playoffs, sometimes you fall into the playoffs.
Back into the playoffs.
I think the balling out for him would be 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Let me put it like this. He will not put up the same numbers he had last year.
Oh. And if he does, then...
If he does...
I apologize.
I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. You're great. I'm not. All of that.
Well, Knicks, we got to look out for him so he doesn't have that Mac Jones second year. Geno Smith is Geno Smith. He's going to have a job wherever Pete Carroll is.
Geno Smith is a tier 3 quarterback. You can always do better, but tier 1 and tier 2 quarterbacks don't really become available. Tier 3 quarterbacks become available.
Yeah, that's true.
Tier 1 and tier 2 quarterbacks are never available. Because if you're available, then you're not as good as you thought you were. Unless you're Dak Prescott and your owner is Jerry Jones and he is not in the news cycle and decides he wants to stir things up and trades Dak Prescott for a number 1 pick in Shedeur Sanders. If you're the Browns, do you accept that? We want Shedeur Sanders in your first round pick next year for
Does
Dak
Manning
Prescott.
come out or not?
Let's say no.
No Manning. How old is Prescott right now? Are we gonna get at least 5 solid?
You're gonna get 5 years. You get 5 years out of him. But I'm getting the age right now. 32 years old. You got a good 6 years.
6?
Yeah, at least 6.
On paper, 6. He plays elite for maybe. He plays above average for maybe
4.
half of that.
Yeah, 3 to 4 years.
You add him with a Myles Garrett who just got paid. You stabilize the quarterback position. Njoku's still there. They don't have much of a running game. Offensive line is decent. Could be better, but it's decent. I thought they were going to release all the offensive line and
Let me ask you this.
I do it.
With Dak Prescott, would the Browns be a playoff contender? Yes.
Yes, because Dak actually puts up numbers.
He puts up numbers, and he's not a horrible quarterback. So if he's a playoff contender, can you truly say in the AFC, in the playoffs, could he beat the Bengals?
Could Dak beat the Bengals?
With the Browns roster.
Oh.
The Browns defense, yes. The offense.
That's tricky.
The Browns defense could slow down the Bengals offense. Could they beat the Ravens? Could they beat the Bills?
No, they're not beating the Ravens with that. I can't say for sure, actually. That's a good one.
I ask you questions. I'm a reporter.
That's a good one. And I'm gonna solve it for you. And the next time we record, I'm gonna have the answer. I'm gonna go to Madden. I'm gonna put trades on super easy. I'm gonna put it on super easy. And then I'm gonna take Dak Prescott, trade him away to the Cleveland Browns, and I'm gonna use to control the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. All right, y'all. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to do the countdown. Anything else you want to add as a final goodbye?
Beat it up in the comments. Hit us with a like. Hit us with a subscribe. It all helps.
Yo, he said beat it up. No physical assault out here. All right. 3, 2, 1. We out.